Alright, Mopar people, welcome back to the channel. I'm JustMoparJoe. I actually just went in the house and realized I didn't do an intro to this video. It's weird. Anyway, what this is all about, I'm trying to look at some of the finer things on this car, trying to check out kind of how safe all the welding is, stuff like that before I try to throw a bigger motor in it and, you know, put some power down. So I guess we can start out in the back. Update on the Roadrunner. Owner says we can get some headers coming for it, so I'm pumped about that. I got some good ones coming, and y'all see that soon. But if you haven't, go back and check out my other video for them. I was fighting some gremlins on it, but I got to look at my own stuff every now and then, kind of figure out what it's got going on. So y'all hang out. They definitely back-halved it. It's been back-halved. These are brand new quarters or quarter skins. It looks like the entire quarter to me, as far up as I can see. Maybe I can zoom out on that some. And this actually says year one on it, and there's a part number there. I could probably look that, well, never mind, I just wiped it off. So I could probably look that part number up, but it comes all the way around. That looks nice and seam sealed. Gets a little bit scraggly back here. It's got a brace coming off of the tube chassis. More seam sealer. Seam sealer's not bad in my opinion. My fuel cell here, it's kind of, I need some new nylon washers, but I'm gonna have to close up that opening there. They had notched this tube. It looks like for maybe coming out of the fuel cell, you could, I don't know, run that fitting or something weird. This is just temporary, but these pieces are kind of overlapped and welded, and you can see welds through there. I just finished on the outside. Oh, that's clean. I'm good with that. Fiberglass bumper. So the quarter panel's been replaced. They may have just replaced it with a 67 model quarter panel. I don't know. Let's go up to the front and check it out. All right. So here in the front, no corner marker lights. And if we look on the inside, this one, I don't see much of anything. Maybe something covered up in that. There's a couple Bondo holes. That one had an emblem in it, looks like. So if you know of a Barracuda that once had a fender emblem, let's check out that other side. Ah, there's that right front. So it looks like they just took a square piece of metal. That's kind of a funky old school way of doing that. Just lay the metal over it, weld it in, Bondo over it. I'm okay with it. As a race car, it's not, you know, it's not a show car. And that kind of cleaned it up some. So that was probably a 68 model fender. And it looks like it's in its natural home here. Underneath this way, we've got some metal welded through here. Yeah, see that piece of wire sticking off there? I can bring my light around. So they've welded in a plate to mount their motor mounts to. The car was original slant 6, so this plate needs a little bit more welding, and we'll see more of that in just a second. See, there's just a slight weld in that corner. That's okay. I can weld that stuff up when the engine is out. Not a big deal. You can see more welding underneath. So that's gives me a little more hope that it's been welded more. But let's go check out that roll bar or roll cage. Showing you this one the other day. But you know, if you look at one weld and it's funky, you better look at all of them. So where it's easy, it's welded. It's kind of gorilla welds. They may be ugly but strong or something. I don't know. And then down below, there's no weld at all. It's kind of like they just welded where it's easiest to get to. That one's not welded, just tacked on the back. Not welded there, or right there where my pinky is. That's not very much weld on that. A little bit, so see where it gets tight through there. There's no weld. No. It's welded here, but not there. That feels kind of like a plate, so they may have plated it from the bottom. I'm gonna lay under and check that out. This is aftermarket metal here. It's not bad. It's conformed pretty nicely. Let me get out some there. Conformed nicely. Hooks into the wheel tubs pretty well. That could probably take more seam sealer, just to clean and seal it through there. But that's a pretty good weld. That's just a tack and a tack. Lots of seam sealer going on here. But yeah, let's hop under and look at this bar. This cross member they welded in, and I can't really tell how strong that is. It's going to take some more investigating after I get that carpet all out. I'm not totally sure on it. The unibody looks good, or the rockers look pretty strong. You know, I don't see any big holy rust or Bondo stacked on them, so that's nice. They got some subframe connectors welded into the front torsion bars here. Kind of an ugly weld, but it looks strong. Going back, there's another one, kind of ugly weld, but it's okay. Some of this stuff I would run over, maybe here. The ladder bar bracket itself, I call that a hoop. You can call it what you want to. Those look pretty good. Maybe done with an arc welder. I'm not totally sure. I've seen some wire hanging off some of the welds in places, but let me get you out. That ties into that piece of box there. I don't know if that was factory. I don't know if this actual piece here was factory that they just kind of welded onto. It's not welded here. It's tacked there and kind of booger welded here. So I'll get my welder out and go around that better. This looks pretty strong. I mean, it's welded enough for a 273, but not for what I'm going to try to throw at it. There's just a big random hole in the floor. I don't know what that was from. Probably needs a little seam sealer. I'll get that stuff patched up later. We can go to the other side. Hey, look at there. One nice little tack on top. I don't even know if they tacked it at all. No, not tacked anywhere else. Maybe they just got that one where you can pull it in and out, or they just set it in place. This weld actually looks pretty good on top of here. So that's nice. There we go. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Somebody welded that one finally. Go down to the floor. Not terrible, but it's okay. We got to be careful in some spots. Yeah, that's actually a weld. Some big old school welds of some kind. I don't know. Definitely not TIG'd. This one looks good. They went at least 3/4 way around it. I'll get you to zoom out. It looks pretty decent. Not bad. Let's see where it connects to the floor. So, it may be hard to see, but that's weld. That's not. There's like barely anything. So pretty much the car is holding the cage up right now instead of the cage holding the car together. So I'll have to fix that while I got my welder out. Just go ahead and plan on a big spool of wire. And let's go check in the back. Coming down, coming down, coming down, and it goes to here. There we are. So this is definitely seam sealer. That is not a weld. And on this side, looks like the same thing. If I can peel it off with my fingertip, it's probably seam sealer, right? A little bit. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely seam sealer. You can see that for sure. They might have welded a little through here, but that big glob from there to there is seam sealer. And on the inside as well. That's the best way to hold your cage in. You just use a little seam sealer. I guess they were just kind of supporting the back of the car. This is a big metal plate, which is kind of nice, I guess. It's welded all the way around, so that'll. I guess if the car flipped and took a lot of downforce here, that might help with something, but right now it may just be rattling. If we look where those bars exit under, they hit the top of that frame rail, so we can hope that it's welded, or I can get in there and check, scrape out some of that seam sealer and find out for myself. They got some decent kind of cross bracing there that looks welded to a nice little plate, so it'll keep this rigid from flopping and doing all that. So that's cool. Just looking closer at some things, the big bar, the big crossbar for the shock mount, that's welded pretty decent. I mean, it's, again, ugly, but it looks welded nicely. That's plated and welded, so I'm not scared of that by any means. Plated and welded. The brackets here, lots of good stacked weld. I'd call that good. Yeah, the tubes themselves up there look welded nicely. They threw some extra metal underneath it because, you know, if your Dana 60 is not strong, you gotta weld extra metal to it. It's just one of the rules. One of the rules of the Moparty. But let me get out from under here. All right. So I feel like right now, as is, this car's probably fine to race with a 273 in it. I wouldn't actually think it even needs a cage. It wouldn't be that fast. When I upgrade the engine, I'll need to fix all that, but I kind of want to show you what I got going on with it. Anything else? Let me say, anything else I should check? Y'all let me know in the comments, and you know, hopefully I'll get a lot more done with this car soon. I'm gonna try today to throw my fuel pressure regulator in just on this fender, and that way I can run my little line up to it, shoot up to the carburetor, and it'll get a good consistent fuel pressure. I'm gonna undo the vacuum advance, play with the timing a little bit, see if I can't get it running, but I may throw that in a different video. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll catch you next time.